Have you ever thought to yourself, why is America one of the most obese countries in the world? Have you ever drove and you saw 10 different fast food restaurants within a 5-mile radius and wondered, why are we allowing this? Because I have many times. Fast food, where we are in America, is a cultural staple, as I like to call it. When people think of America, they often think of McDonald's, Taco Bell, Wendy's, etc. Fast food is convenient and it is more affordable. And for families who are very busy and are on the go, that's the easiest option. Approximately a drive-through is about 5 minutes long to wait for your food. While cooking a meal, depending on the meal, of course, approximately takes around 30 minutes to an hour to make. And did you know that McDonald's has 13,000 drive-throughs in America? As we know, the portion sizes in America are 5 times bigger than in other countries. We have some of the largest serving sizes globally, which in turn has contributed to higher rates of obesity, okay? Yeah, we all know this. 1/3 of American adults eat fast food in any given day. The average American gets fast food about 2 to 3 times per week. 2 to 3 times per week. Don't know, portion sizes in other countries, including fast food, are much, much smaller than American portion sizes. So even though countries like Japan, Europe, etc. have fast food, they often, first of all, have better quality ingredients. Not fully, but you know what I mean. Compared to the United States, they have smaller portion sizes, which in turn is more healthy compared to the United States, okay? In some countries, McDonald's offers fruits, yogurt, salads, etc. as a side option instead of just fries. In the United States, that's nowhere to be found. And of course, other countries have more strict food regulations, like the UK. So of course, their fast food food regulations are going to be more considerably more healthy than here in the United States, and this goes for any fast food restaurant. So now price. So the difference between the United States and countries in Europe or in the UK, the fast food prices in the other countries are often more expensive just because they are minimally processed. So here, like a meal, oh, it's getting expensive here even now in the United States, but let's just say like $7 to $10 for like a burger meal with a large fry, whatever, a drink, whatever. In France, that is going to cost you upwards of $15. You know what I mean? Like certain countries like that, it's going to cost you more. So it is actually proven to be more pricey to go to fast food restaurants in certain countries, and it is actually cheaper to cook at home in certain countries. So more people in those countries do often cook at home and choose healthier options and grocery shopping instead of a quick fast food. I personally believe that TikTok and social media has had a huge impact on the consumption of fast food and the indulgence that we all like to see, and it's satisfying and it's yummy. And of course, who doesn't love a crumble cookie mukbang? You know what I mean? So if you don't know what a mukbang is, it's basically like a sit down video where you can talk or you don't talk and you just eat a bunch of food. And it originated in South Korea and then it gained popularity, especially in 2020 on TikTok. So in 2020, during the global pandemic of COVID, TikTok saw a huge increase in food related videos and content on the platform, and they had 50 billion views on hashtags like mukbang, hashtag food talk, things like that. So there is this one TikToker who I would like to put on the screen for you guys. Her name is Jane, and her videos, I love them so much. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm the first to admit I love mukbangs, satisfying ones, not like really gross ones. But in her TikTok videos, she is often shown eating like really appealing looking food, specifically sweets, but also just like Chipotle, etc. Like she makes food look so good. And this is a thing that a lot of mukbangers strive to do make the food look so appealing. And I fully believe that mukbangs and mukbangs, whatever you want to call it, has contributed to us wanting to eat so much processed calorie dense foods. So I remember seeing her on my For You page and I remember being like, oh my God, this looks so good. I'm gonna pull up her TikTok right now. So her name is Jane Mukbang. She has 3.9 million followers on TikTok. Her whole page is just eating food. And there was this video I saw in particular that I want to play for you guys and react to it.
Trying more beautiful desserts in LA. Look how beautiful these look. Okay, the first pastry is called cheesecake phrase. Okay, low-key, these flavors are phenomenal. This is a lemon and vanilla cheesecake dessert with some strawberry jam. Mwah. Okay, the next one is called pavlova. Okay, I need to get that middle part. The inside is so good. It's mango passion fruit, and here is all vanilla and strawberry. 8 out of 10. Okay, look at this perfect square. Oh my gosh. This is delicious. Okay, next up is a classic Napoleon dessert. This one is called exotic. Yummy. Okay, this one is called tart tatin. Oh, it's so cold. This one is a little too sour for me. The top is really good, but I don't know what's going on right here. Okay, the last one is called tiramisu. The presentation is a 10 out of 10 and the flavor. Ardali's patisserie gets a 10 out of 10.
So as you can see, those look so good. She does multiple videos like this and she uploads consistently every single day and she makes the food look amazing. And remember, I'm not hating on this specific creator. I'm just talking about mukbangs and how I think it contributes to why Americans love food. Emphasis on like processed, unhealthy, calorie dense foods, okay? Because everyone loves food. Who doesn't? It's not bad to love food. And there are a lot of TikTokers like this. There are a lot of YouTubers like this. The OG like that I like to think of is Nikado Avocado, who did so many videos similar to this on YouTube. And then recently had a huge weight loss journey and fooled us all, as we know. And there is this other TikTok creator called Claudia Eats Good. And she does the same concept. And I'm going to just play one of her videos really quickly.
Dave's Hot Chicken.
So you get the gist. I want to just add, personally, when I used to watch these videos more often, I used to crave way more processed foods. And ever since I've been on like my more healthy food, less processed journey, I still indulge in my sweet treats here and there. Of course, gotta balance it. I have not been craving fast food as much ever since I like stopped putting it in my face as well. Like that's another thing. If we see it all the time, we want it. And that was definitely a problem with me, especially when I was like 60 pounds heavier. I like social media, definitely like seeing mukbang, seeing all this processed food, like crumble cookies just popping up on my page all the time. I was like, I need it. And I would go get it. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. And I feel like definitely since I've strayed away from that, I have more self-control. Because before I did, but I didn't. So, and let's not forget that these mukbangs present a very huge amount of food. It's not like a regular amount, like a regular portion sized meal that you eat at 6 p.m. every day. No, like these videos are showing like 10 different chicken fingers, like 5 different burgers, like a mac and cheese burger, like a bacon barbecue burger, etc. Like all sounds very good, very appealing. Of course, it's not a healthy amount, not normal amount to eat in one serving. And I know that these mukbangers don't eat all of it in one serving. I'm not saying they do. I'm not claiming that like they even eat any of it after they film. But you know what I mean. To the public eye, it definitely presents an overconsumption of food. You may think like the government has a huge impact on where money goes in order to make certain foods, healthy foods versus highly processed foods. So let's get into where the government spending goes, because I did my research on this and I was highly surprised on what I found. So crop production has a huge role in food. So the government provides billions, like multiple billions of dollars into specific subsidies. So for majority of the subsidies that they spend and put money into is for crops like soy, wheat, etc., which is used to make corn syrups, high fructose corn syrup, which if you don't know, the worst syrup, the worst additive, literally in my opinion, to food, which is of course used in a lot of unhealthy snacks that we find in the store, like cereal, chips, sweets, etc., soda, etc. It is used in every unhealthy thing imaginable, and it is used in things that you wouldn't even think are supposed to be unhealthy. You always got to check the ingredients. Since 1995, the United States has spent over $116 billion to crop subsidies of like the ones we were just talking about. Specifically corn production, not sure if the statistic goes into like every like wheat, soybean oil, etc. And these oils are like the backbone of processed food. Basically, to sum it up, ingredients for processed foods are much cheaper and means you have to pay less for them versus things like fruits and vegetables and more healthy options, like more healthy crops, I guess you can say, because the United States spent significantly less subsidies to fruits, vegetables, etc. So a soda or like a meal costs corporations $1 to $2 to make it, and then they push it out, and then they obviously make profit by charging you like $7 for a McDonald's meal, versus if you want like produce, or poultry, I guess you can say, like chicken, it can cost you like $5 to $10 per pound. So you can see the disconnect of the prices here. And a bag of frozen vegetables can be upwards of like $10 now. Go America, you know what I mean? Go America. They want us to be unhealthy. And we know why, because the government is all about money. They don't care about us, okay? I think we all know this by now. If you think the government wouldn't do some fucked up shit to you, they would. I don't know if I can say that. I feel like I would get killed. The government loves us, guys. Actually, the government would never hurt us, okay? So in 2019, only $1.5 billion were allocated to fruits and vegetable subsidies, which is a huge fraction of how in 2019, $18 billion were given to soy, wheat, and corn produce subsidies. That's a big difference in 2019, and that was only 2019, and it is only getting worse. Fast food, of course, is statistically shown to make you gain weight. So from fast food, 40% of adults are classified as obese, and I know the BMI scale is kind of outdated, but I'm just going off of some statistics today. I'm not going to like switch shit up just because like 40% of adults are classified as obese in America. Just in America. And of course, there has been a jump in diseases like diabetes, heart problems, hypertension, etc. It's all going up. Food is the number one culprit. So let's talk about food deserts. If you don't know what a food desert is, it is a more lower income area in the United States where healthy food options are very limited, or if at all, zero areas to get healthier foods. Healthy foods and places to buy them at can be non-existent in these places. Over 23 million Americans live in these areas where finding healthy foods is nearly impossible. So this means that there isn't a supermarket within a mile. So let's specifically talk about Chicago. 500,000 estimated Chicago residents live in these food deserts, which is in more of the south side of Chicago. The nearest grocery store is twice the distance than a fast food restaurant. So Memphis, Tennessee is known as America's hungriest city, surprise, and it actually has a food desert problem. Nearly to no food banks anymore, like nearly impossible to find one. Hello guys, I am so mad right now because I literally just found out that the whole second half of my video, the microphone muted halfway through, and as I was editing I was so mad. I was like, oh my gosh, I totally didn't realize that my microphone was muted, so literally it was like me talking and you could not hear a single thing. So that's why I'm in a whole outfit change. This is a whole nother day. Okay, so in certain foods and processed foods and fast foods, there are specific ingredients that cause chemicals in your brain to go boop beep 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 and want more of it. Basically, there's like a perfect amount of salt, fat, and sugar that is added into these foods. And 70% of fast food restaurants have these ingredients in the perfect amount of them to make your brain want more. So it's basically like dopamine in a way. I think that's like literally what it is. And it just makes your brain want more and crave more and become kind of like addicted to it. I think there very much is a addiction to food, especially in America, because of the chemicals and all the things that are put in our foods. Fast food is specifically engineered to taste as good as possible, so we come back for more. Every fast food restaurant corporation, they use this and they use the perfect amount of these ingredients to make us want more. So there's a huge convenience factor when it comes to why people choose fast food over anything else. As we know, drive-throughs are a big thing, and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to get through a drive-through, and it's hot and it's ready to eat, and you can eat it on the go, you can eat it on your way to work, you can eat it on your way home, and you don't have to stress about going home thinking about what you're gonna cook, or not having enough groceries to cook and you don't want to go to the store because you don't have enough time. Whatever it is, the convenience factor plays a huge part in why so many of us just choose fast food. You don't have to leave your car. You literally save so much time cooking because the average meal takes 30 minutes to an hour to cook, depending on what the meal is. And there is a lot of 24-hour fast food restaurants open. Specifically like Taco Bell, McDonald's. It depends where you live. Sometimes like where I live, it's like not so much. The only one open late is like Taco Bell and Wendy's, but other than that, like in bigger cities, there is more 24-hour restaurants. Now, I'm also like not claiming to be like the diet queen, the nutrient queen. I am just speaking my opinion on how the fast food industry is killing us and all the government and the processed shit that we put into our body. That is all I'm speaking on. I'm not trying to shame anybody as well. Like that's like literally not my goal. Like I am not perfect. I eat fast food probably once a week. Like it's okay. Like I eat sugar. Like I'm not saying I don't. Like I love a sweet treat, okay? So often food is shown as like something social nowadays. It's for example, it's like when you see like your boyfriend or your husband or even you sit down to watch Sunday at night football and he has his friends over, whatever, he has his family over. What do they usually say? What are we eating? And when they say that, they're not going to cook a damn meal. So what does that mean? They're going to order fast food. It's become a status of social connection, are known to release the same chemicals as if you were addicted to drugs. That is why food is so irresistible to us and why we need it and we need it and we need it and we want it. Research has shown that people tend to eat more while they are not focused on the food. So for example, if you are like in front of your computer watching a YouTube video or watching TV and you eat, it's shown that you will eat more as if you put the computer screen down and just ate and just enjoyed what you have in front of you. Now, there is always pros and cons, but there is a very big hidden cost of convenience. So while it is less time consuming to go through a drive-through, if you do that all the time and you overconsume bad foods, it's going to cost you your health, your money, and just loss of productivity. You may not see the full amount of consequences right then and there, but if you put yourself in that same cycle and you don't care to change your eating habits and you're constantly eating out, can cause damage that you will see in the foreseeable future. Maybe not right now, especially when you're younger, you usually are okay, but especially if you're older and you're already having health problems like diabetes or classified as obese, it will come quicker than you think. And if you don't have health care, you're kind of fucked. At the end of the day, if you don't take care of your health, it is way more expensive being in the hospital all the time. Food delivery services has made this worse. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, the food delivery apps makes overeating so much easier, makes over consuming these products so much easier because you just have to, pay a little extra and you don't have to go anywhere and you just get it delivered right to your door. So fast food has a impact on the environment, a very bad impact on the environment, just because of how massively produced all of these foods are, and all of this plastic, all of this cardboard, etc., whatever it may be, to like insane plastic waste, factory farming, fast food companies damage the environment. So they use like single waste packaging products, obviously like plastic, and these things don't always get recycled like they should. And even recycling isn't like fully the correct thing, like straws, wrappers, fast food containers, everything like that. Recycling isn't the end all be all great, because there is something that is recyclable at a fast food restaurant. If there is contaminants in the container, like leftover like grease or leftover crumbs or sauce in the container, like it's not accepted in the recycling factory, which in turn makes it go back to the landfill. So factory farming is heavily used for these fast food restaurants. It's basically where it's very unsustainable areas for animals to live, and they get like injected with hormones, and they have a heavy put heavy use of antibiotics on these animals, like cattle for example, for like beef and stuff. Overcrowded conditions. It's basically like a puppy mill, if you want to think about it like that. Like, I guess you can say, like, just overcrowded. They treat the animals horribly. It's not even good meat because of these conditions. Just like if you know anything about eggs, pasture raised organic is the best type of egg to get, not cage free, because cage free means they're still together, just not in cages. Like, and I know that an egg is an egg and people don't care about it, but if you know anything, and a lot of people know about eggs, that's why I'm bringing this up. It's like pasture raised is better because they get way more land, they get to free roam, they don't get injected with antibiotics, hormones, etc. So it's kind of like the same thing for factory farming. So while yes, you may think it's saving you time, it is actually way worse, and for the future and this planet and your health. And even though you may think, well, everybody else is doing it, everybody else, like, me not doing it won't do anything. Mindsets like that is what hold us back from progressing, in my opinion. Of course, do what you want to do, but if you take anything away from this video, just be mindful of what you consume. If you do have health issues, or you have concerns about your future or your health, and you have stomach problems, and you just have problems that are flaring up, and you have a more fast food diet, I would, if I were you, I would suggest looking into more healthier meal options, or looking up some recipes. If you don't know how to cook, learn how to cook. At the end of the day, I just started learning how to cook this year. I'm 20 years old. I started learning how to cook at 19, and eating healthy doesn't always mean that it's gross. We are also so used to the amazing taste of this food because these companies add in the perfect amount of salt, fat, and sugar. It makes us want more. They add a lot of additives that make it taste so good. So we're so used to that. But you know, you can cook good ass chicken at home and you can still enjoy things in moderation. But if it's a concern to you, try to switch up your health. We're all on the little health grind right now. I believe everybody should start caring. And I feel like more recently, because of all this horrible shit, people are starting to care more about this. At least that's what I see. There's more people that I guess maybe in my circle that I see like changing their eating habits, changing their health goals, like going to the gym more, and that's what we love to see, okay? You can always enjoy things in moderation. I'm also not for like restrictive diets either. Like I will go get a shamrock shake if I really want one. You know what I mean? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or thoughts about any of this or you have anything to add, let everybody know in the comments. And if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I make all types of videos. I make reactions, rants. I do vlogs. I'm starting a little gym journey video vlog type thing. I do everything. So if you're into everything, a little bit of everything, go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. I love you all, and I will see you guys next week.